I hate to interrupt the conversation and the networking that's going on, but we have a roller coaster ride of an afternoon to get through, and so we must. There is certainly time for networking between the hours of 4:15 whenever we finish and 6 o'clock. We're already about 5 minutes late, but what a wonderful crowd. Thank you all for coming. This is first timers to an OAFT event. Please put up your hands. Wow. And that's why Kathy kept on saying, I don't know these people. Who's signing up for this? We traditionally attract a crowd that is consistent, but it's really nice to see new faces and old faces. You might be wondering why I chose to have 16 speakers over the course of 4 hours. One thing, I know it's been asked internally several times, but one thing OAFT does, and we're known for, is rapid response. So to highlight our program, we figured we'd have a rapid fire of not only clientele of the OAFT programs, hopeful clientele, people that should be applying for the programs, but also just to make sure that we could highlight some of our members as well. So we have some members scattered throughout the program, and I'll introduce them individually as they come up. But certainly food innovation, food technology, the food processing sector right now, which many of you I know represent, it's trending right now. About 40% of the applications for our programs in the last 6 months or so have been related to those three areas. So inevitably I had to have an event that showcased food innovation, and it hasn't been a traditional focus of OAFT, to tell you the truth. We've often been working in the bioeconomy and things that are beyond food and feed. But again, technology rules. So the innovations that are happening not only in the food products that you're eating right now, and we'll hear about those during the lunchtime, but the technology to make Canada the champion or maintain its champion status as a premier producer of technology and food items in the world is something that we wanted to showcase. And since we only have one of these meetings about every 6 to 12 months, depending on what we do going forward, I had to get them all out of the way at once, hence 16 speakers. The Premier's challenge is focusing on the food innovation sector, food processors in particular. She wants to increase the job creation to 120,000 jobs over the next short period of time, while doubling exports on reduced inputs and reduced land. 350 acres of land disappears from our farmers' toolbox every day. And we still have to produce more, double our exports, and be the biggest contributor to Ontario's economy. So it's an impressive sector, and again, the food that we eat, that we're all near and dear to, is leading that way. The other thing I'll say before we start is Canada is full of entrepreneurs. I know we like to hear that we do really good research and we don't innovate or develop or commercialize very well, but I think that's crap. We're full of entrepreneurs in this country. And if you have a look around the room and you pay attention to the speakers today, not only are there investment opportunities, they need your help to further their cause. And I hope that at the very least, one of the most important things about these meetings is making connections. I hope at the very least you'll tell somebody about what you heard. All of these presentations will be recorded and uploaded onto our website by our dear friend James Tost at the back there. The other thing is, on behalf of the speakers today, we've made a contribution to something called the Ag Advocacy Project. Ultimately, this is a collaboration between Farm and Food Care and the President's Council to deal with some of the social license issues that we're facing in agriculture. What it's going to be is a targeted group of trained people who can get out there and speak with the CEOs of retailers and companies and bureaucrats and politicians about what agriculture is. Lloyd, you got an earful today. You got a big job in Ottawa and anywhere in Queen's Park, really to let people know what the issues facing agriculture are, how good a job we're doing, how impressive our technology is, and at the same time identify some of the things that we do need to improve and invest in those kinds of programs. But that's what that's all about. I hope that's appropriate to you. Again, I'll be passing out gift bags. One more gift to give out. It's a little bit self-serving, but once we start the happy hour, the first person to bring me a beer with about this much foam in it will get a bag of quinoa or wine, because I'm sure I'm going to be busy for a while. And then finally, the thank yous. These events aren't easy to organize, and certainly over at that table, I don't see Kathy anymore. Is she here? she had to go. Kathy was in pain today and yet spent the whole day here. So let her know that she was very publicly recognized for a huge job in getting this day put together. Julie, same thing. Thanks very much for being here and your help today. In no order of preference, but we have to thank the funders that make our jobs exist, and that's AAFC and certainly the emphasis on OMAFRA through the Growing Forward 2 program. Thank you very much for the continued support, and I think we are delivering results that they're appreciative of as well. That comes down to the members in the tier here. The members of OAFT, currently we're at about 34, I believe, as of the 3 new additions today. We would like to raise that, and we'd like to raise that with industry specifically, with producer groups or farm organizations, as the ones who really represent the interest in having these kinds of innovations develop. This isn't a what have you done for me lately organization, but it's what's the long-term goal of the industry and what does technology and innovation mean to the ag sector. I hope you got a taste of it today. There's a ton of interesting things going on, and that's just one cross-section of one theme. With respect to members, of course, through our membership, we pick a board of directors. They're wonderful people. They guide the organization. They have for 17 years, and we continue to have wonderful support from the board of directors. I would like to thank the Cutting Club for such a wonderful job you did on the foods that we brought to you to prepare today for everybody to eat. I hope that was an interesting way to showcase some food innovation for you today as well. The presenters. Excellent job, you guys. I threatened in several emails that I was going to tackle you off stage if you weren't on time, and I didn't. I'm a little bit of a chicken, actually, but I didn't have to do it once. So I was very impressed with not only the content, but we're relatively on time. And then finally, the attendees. What a crowd. We've had, I think we had 160 sign up, and obviously not everybody can make it on the day. Next time, I really hope you do, because that was our capacity, and so there could have been 30 or 40 other people that came instead of the ones that unfortunately couldn't. But thank you guys for coming out and showing interest. Without you here, this whole thing is a bit of a flop. So what I want you to do is to remember this day not only as you walk out the door, but in the next conversations that you have. Let people know what's going on in innovation. Reach out to the companies if you've made notes, what they might need. Pass along their information to people who would think that this would be really neat for you to use in developing your business. The horizontal thinking that we saw from P&P Optica, for example, in Dan's presentation is what we really need to do in this industry, and that's take technology from somewhere else and apply it to agriculture. Thank you.